This Four of Swords is like a master teacher of the lesson of being your own best friend. The Four of Swords generally represents some sort of rest of the mind, of the intellect, of the thinking state. And in this card, the illustrations take it a step further where it kind of like fades out the central figure. It fades it out as if it's a shadow or a dream or a statue even. And then the more real life looking hand is the one that's like off in the distance, issuing from almost a cloud, similar to how it is in the Ace of Swords. What this looks like to me is the kind of mechanism that I've been reaching for in order to partner with myself, in order to observe and consciously witness myself and to give myself what I need in this life instead of waiting for it to come from someone else. My exact example of this is in the way that we speak to ourselves. For a long time, I had a bad habit of being my own worst enemy because I wasn't understanding how to check that internal voice, the one that's always criticizing me to try to get me to do better. The mind, in other words, that's trying to plan out the events of my day and the thoughts of everything so that it can run the narrative, so that it can run my life. And it's doing so with good intentions, but the mind doesn't know or see everything. It only knows what it knew before, and so it plays past stories on repeat, or it projects into the future on repeat. And this is the central theme of the Four of Swords, is giving yourself a rest from this. But again, this best friend's theme is taking it one step further by like intentionally telling yourself and reminding yourself to take that rest, to take this off your plate, to stop ruminating, and not just to cease doing. But that sword coming up is like, hey, divine idea, how about you speak to yourself nicely? How about you remind yourself that you're an infinite creator being who's in this earth playing a game that isn't fun, that is set by rules that you didn't make up, and you're doing the best you can anyways, and you deserve a rest from trying and effort every once in a while. Can you be the best friend that reminds you of who you actually are, instead of cutting yourself down or criticizing yourself or trying to convince yourself or change yourself to be more of what the world is telling you should be? In other words, this Four of Swords is talking about taking a break from the old mental way of being with yourself and giving yourself a new supportive mental frame of stepping in with the pep talks, with the encouragement, with the love and the support, because Four is about support. That'll help you transform. Look at that sword that's a snake in the front. That's about transformation. So this whole thing is about shedding the old skin of the mental you and embracing the new version that is a mental internal best friend to you. Doesn't that sound much better?